Hello friends, I am Naveen. I am one of your prospective and dedicated IELTS trainer. Welcome all, and today we'll be discussing about the parameters of the IELTS basically. So IELTS is International English Language Testing System. This test is conducted by British Council and IDP, as in particularly the administration is from University of Cambridge, which is in the UK. So as you know, probably the IELTS is particularly divided into 2 hours and 45 minutes of examination test conducted by particularly these two bodies, like I said, and definitely where the 4 sub-tests or sub-parts are there: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Having the listening, reading, writing is in one seating in an examination hall, where there could be further sub-tests, which is called a speaking, happens on a separate day, separate time, separate venue, and you're called for the same day or some other day as well. So nevertheless, we will try learning about today that we are going to discuss and understand about the listening of the IELTS test. So listening part is the first subtest happening, that the exam assesses your abilities to particularly listen and understand the particular scenarios of spoken English in contextuality with the various contexts the particular audios are represented, and it consists mainly of 4 particular sections. Now, these sections can be containing 10 questions each, totaling of 40 questions are there in the test, and it progresses with breaks and pauses. And definitely, we have about 40 questions total, and definitely the ideas are simple. You'll hear different audios in each of the particular recordings, which are divided into 4 sections, and this may include conversations, maybe monologues, and many other interesting facts and figures that you try listening for. And there could be as well discussions in various English accents together. So definitely you have a possibility to score grammatically correct answer as 0 or 1. So you may get the most of suitable as absolutely published answer by the IELTS as to get 1 or 0 only. So definitely these grammatically accuracy, grammatically making the accuracy happen is one of the total context of listening and as well. But reading, as we come to later on, nevertheless, the breakdown of listening tests while you listen is with the headsets on in an examination hall setting. You'll be provided extra stationery and many other facts and figures which I will be sharing once we get more learning process to move on. So section 1 is basically a face-to-face telephonic conversation, which is basically with 2 people talking on everyday social life scenario context in a foreign country. So particularly people on everyday social life, they talk, the scenarios may be different in each time, and the context is in an international or maybe foreign country rather. So you may expect 2 foreigners to talk and probably maybe as in say natives to talk, and so there could be a booking accommodation, for example, a hotel booking, for example, and so. So this test, specifically the information is to understand and try spell correctly the keywords. So keywords could be maybe trying to understand about date, place, time, nouns, verbs, adjectives. These are particularly the specifics of keywords generally, which match. Section 2 talks about a monologue, which happens on everyday social life scenario context, including maps, tables, and many other interesting facts like diagrams. So definitely, when we try to talk about furthermore, it tests your ability to try having an understanding of what factual information can you learn or say depict about, and understanding and selecting exact relevant cues and understanding of the keywords. And definitely when we try to talk about section number 3 to 4 people talk on absolutely a discussion which involves maybe generally an education or a training context. So there could be a discussion involving up to 4 people. Educational or training context is generally the call. And this tests your deeper knowledge and abilities to comprehend the particular scenarios and contextuality. There could be organization of ideas and how you try analyze this effects into the one. Nevertheless, finally, lastly, we move on to section number 4, which is a monologue. There is no break or pause provided in this particular section, and there could be one researcher or a doctor or maybe a lecturer from a university trying to give a particular research topic and talk about it. And definitely it could be an academic research based context, let's say for example. So we're going to test the understanding of complex ideas here. So just the complex ideas and the main points are to try, understand, analyze, and write the specific answers as per the question is asking. So there could be up to 4 to 5 types of questions which are in listing more commonly understood. But we'll come back to that over with the more details as such. Definitely, it is also trying to understand main strategies and tips which I can also add on for your learning process in the listening. First one is to understand the question, no more than 3 words, 2 words, 1 word, block letter, or a number. Definitely try to understand the question. Then we try to come to keyword prediction. So predict your answer with date, place, time, nouns, verbs, adjectives. Paraphrasing is a language criteria where it changes from time to time. The language changes from time to time with the move on. The questions are not in what the audio is saying, so we have to detect the keywords. Definitely we may have distractors and other things which can also be one of the change of the answers as the audio moves. We try to do all these specifications where we try to do maybe multitasking, time management techniques to try and learn and run down the specific listening test with a possibility of success. So definitely it is all these things once we try compare and make on with practice and abilities and consistent material and things that are required. I will provide you with those specifics. And definitely there could be all these strategies and specifications that make up the whole set of ideas more clear. There could be one strategy more, which I'll be talking about, is signposting. Signposting could also be like the most irrelevant information, relevant information according to what the questions are saying. So some of the information in all the sections could be at the beginning of the talk or the conversation, but we try to detect all the keywords as per the question as we move on. So definitely with this particular understanding, I just thank you all for joining, and particularly it is a matter of great trust and confidence. I will be back. You can like, subscribe, share my video. I will be back.